We already crossed $3.5 trillion as an economy. And of course, $5 trillion economy is also on the cards, as Mr. Narendra Modi has already put out as a goalpost for us in the near future. And $10 trillion maybe in the next 5 and 7 years of time is possibly what we may see. So essentially what we're talking about is nearly a threefold growth from here is what we see in the next 10 years of time. And as we also race past to become the third largest economy in the world in some period of time, maybe in the next 10 or 12 years of time. So I think there is a big story that's happening in India. India is, of course, been stated as the only talent surplus country in the world, if I may say. That's a big one for us, is because this will accrue a huge benefit to the Indian companies, including professional services firm like ours. Then, of course, we have big news that's happened for the last 6 months of time, technology and generative AI after ChatGPT came on our radar. And finally, the regulatory framework, of course, has always been something that, is something we are watching out always. Joint audits is something that may seem to be coming into our country sooner than later. And what we are also seeing now with NFRA coming in a better regulatory environment in our industry. In our profession, if you look at the journey of last 32 years, and I can take you back to 1991, and you possibly know that year in which we had the financial crisis in terms of our foreign exchange reserve depleted to almost 3 weeks of monies that were left with us. And the then Prime Minister Narasimha Rao actually embarked on a journey of reforms, which has started from 1991. But interestingly, 1991, in my recollection, is also possibly the year in which the last of the big four came in India, that is KPMG. So by that time, there were 5 big firms in India, or 5 brands, if I may call it, the big four and Grant Thornton, that made it 5. And in the next 32 years, cut to 2023, there is only one more firm that's come into India and that became very large, is BDO in India. So now we make it 6 firms that are there. So 32 years, only one large firm coming into India in professional services in accounting space. It's quite astonishing, if I may put out this before you. But that's what has happened. It's very difficult to recall for anyone to say which is the 7th or the 8th largest firm in India as we speak today. And I don't see this landscape changing for the next 5 and 10 years of time, at least. That is there going to be a 7th and 8th firm in India, which is of any reckoning, that will even come closer to these 6 firms which are going to be getting the largest pie of work. Now, why I talked about the economic growth is that if the economy grows threefold from here, there is every reason to believe that these firms, these 6 firms, including BDO in India, will grow rapidly and become larger than what they are today, much, much larger than today. I would say that a 30% growth for all of the firms which are there in this top 6 firms which are there is almost given, at least for now and maybe for many years after this, given the growth of the economy itself. So there is a tremendous amount of headwinds for us to grow from here. And as I said, 30% growth is a no-brainer, if I say. So 40% growth is something that we need to work a little harder. And if you want to cross 50% growth, then we have to think smarter and work harder as well, both.